Interested in doing business with the government?
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen and then we'll jump right in and get started. Let's jump into HubZone. All right, so HubZone is about employment, empowerment, and enterprise. This is your pretty much, I'm placing my business into a underutilized area. No, not the a high crime area, not what they mean at all, just in an underutilized area, in an area where there are not a lot of businesses, meaning there's not a lot of, the economy in that neighborhood, in that area is not where it should be. But if I place my business there and I hire employees to work there, that's HubZone. That's completely what HubZone is about. It's about us moving our businesses or renting or purchasing office space in these neighborhoods, hiring people who work in these neighborhoods who during their lunch hour walk out and they spend money. That is helping an underutilized area be able to revitalize. All right. So that's what HubZone is all about. And the program is, has gotten a bad rap for these HubZone areas or high crime. It's the complete opposite. There are lots of different neighborhoods that are not high crime that are deemed HubZone. It's based on the economy of the neighborhood. All right. And so here we want to talk about the fact that HubZone is, they want you to, by placing your company, leasing space, or purchasing a building in a HubZone area, you're going to increase employment. You're going to stimulate capital investment in those areas. You're going to empower communities through economic leveraging and the ability to be able to multiply the number of not just the revenue, but the people that are in that area. And that's what you want. Like you want to be able to do that, but you have to physically be in that neighborhood to be able to do that. So this is part of the reason why with HubZone, virtual offices are not accepted. To have a virtual office or a post office box in a HubZone area is not helping to do any of this. It doesn't increase employment. It doesn't stimulate the capital investment. This is why virtual spaces are not allowed in the HubZone program. The physical location must be identified, and at least 35% of your total employees, which reside in a HubZone, must work out of that space. All right. This is a slide on HubZone's kind of revamped their program a little bit. They've made a lot of cuts and changes, all good stuff. So I've copied and pasted some of that information for you so that you'll have it, so that you kind of know where the program is right now. All right. And you can also visit sba.gov, type in HubZone in the search box, and get all the other information as well. But for me, this was the most important changes I wanted you to know in regards to HubZone. So you can read this at your leisure. Let's walk into some eligibility for the HubZone program. So for HubZone, you need to be small. Like with all the other programs, except for the GSA schedule, you need to be a small business. These programs are for small businesses only. Next, at least 51% needs to be owned by a U.S. citizen. As you see, for the SBA programs, it's the same eligibility requirements from one program to the next with just a few changes in between. With HubZone, it's based on your principal office location. So that principal office, which is the office where the majority of your employees operate out of, that's what's deemed your principal office. So I've had some questions in regards to, I have multiple locations, Monica. I've got an office in Maryland. I have an office in DC. I've also got an office in Delaware. Which one is my principal office? It's the office where the majority of your employees operate out of that space. When you go to submit your HubZone application, that is the location you deem to be your principal office. The beauty of that is once you receive HubZone certification, the principal office receives a designation, and every other office that you have does as well. They're all automatically deemed to be HubZone offices once you get the principal office certified. So you only need to get one location approved, and then all the other locations that you have that are for your company are also designated HubZone, even if they're not located in the HubZone. That's just how the program works. If you need to find out if your location is in a HubZone and or if your employee is in a HubZone, here's the link to the HubZone map. So pretty much when you go to the map, you type in the address, you hit enter, the system automatically tells you whether or not that location is in a HubZone. All right, but that's a criteria. There is no waiver for what we're going through right now. There's no waiver. There's no waiver for the principal office. It must be. You must have at least 35% working out of that space. Next is we go with employment. At least 35% of your total employees must reside in any HubZone. So you would utilize the map, you would take the address that's on that individual's driver's license, you would type that address in and see if that particular employee is located in the HubZone. If you have 10 employees, at least 35% of those 10 must reside in any HubZone. Does not need to be the same as the principal office location. So I could have I'm in Maryland, so I could have my HubZone office in College Park, Maryland, but my employee lives in Baltimore City, which is also, her neighborhood is also deemed a HubZone. I meet the requirement. So the employee does not need to physically live or reside in that particular area as the principal office. It can be different, but the 35% is hard and steadfast. It's 35%, no exceptions. HubZone doesn't have waivers in this program. You either meet the requirement or you don't. And that employee, those employees who are, this is with the 35%, at least 35% of my, sticking with my example, 10 employees reside in any HubZone. They also need to work a minimum of 40 hours per month. So part of the application process is that you include payroll records, and you have to show that that employee's been working at least 40 hours a month. So that's part of the application process. So it's not enough that they reside in the HubZone. They need to work out of the principal office location the majority of the time, at least 40 hours a month. 40 hours a month is not a lot. You look at the scheme of things. Typically people work 40 hours a week. So now we're just saying 40 hours a month. This is a simple screenshot of the map itself, okay? And again, a lot of these things that we're going through now during the all-day session that we're going to have, this is a webinar that we offer just to kind of let you know what we do during the all-day. And the all-day, we click on website links, we visit them, we conduct research, we find out who procures what we offer. Like, we do so many more things during the all day. This is just a taste of what the all day subject matters are going to look like. And then next we have here the benefits, and you'll see a lot of repeat from one SBA program to another. They weren't very creative with their programs. It was pretty much a copy and paste from one program to the next. So the first two slides we've already talked about. You've got your limits and the ability to set aside. What's different with this one is with the HubZone program only, they offer something called a PEP. So a PEP is a price evaluation preference. So what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and read this one for you. For those acquisitions conducted using full and open competition, contracting officer can apply a 10% price evaluation preference, a PEP. They shall give offers from HubZone small business concerns a price evaluation preference by adding a factor of 10% to all offers in most situations. This is not done for any other program, but notice this is for full and open competition only, not HubZone set-asides. All right. And then next is, of course, one of the benefits, which is for all of the programs, is the ability to subcontract. Everyone have a great day. Bye-bye.